Okay, so like I said on that second one, um, just so I get this in the recording real quick for anybody who's missed this, diameter is going to be our distance across, so ml. Radius is our distance from the center to the outside. Chords are lines that go from one side to the other without crossing through the center. And in part D, it asks for the length of JK, which should be half the length of the diameter. Okay, this one says a circle has a diameter of 12 feet. What is the circumference? So as long as we understand our equation that circumference is 2 times pi times r, or if you remember it as pi times the diameter, then we are simply taking our diameter and multiplying it by pi. It says use 3.14 for pi, so they don't want the exact answer to this problem. They want an approximation using 3.14 for pi. Now, pi goes on a lot longer than that. Pi, in fact, does not end, as far as we know. But the first many decimals, 3.14159265. Okay, we're just going to use 3.14. So we'll do 3.14 times 12, and we get 37.68. Doesn't say it around, just says keep it total. Now we're doing a circumference. You want to think about what type of thing are we measuring? Are we measuring a volume, a surface, or a length? Okay, well, we are measuring the circumference. That's the length around the outside. We're not measuring anything about the inside, just the length around the outside. So that is simply 37.68 feet. It's 3 times longer than the diameter. The diameter is in feet, so it's just 3 times as much feet. Okay, this one's kind of heading in the opposite direction. So this one, they're giving us our circumference. They're saying we know our circumference to be 62.8 feet. So if the circumference equals the diameter multiplied by pi, multiplied by 3.14, and we know the circumference is 62.8, they want us to use 3.14 again. Okay, what we need to do to get d by itself, kind of simple algebra step here, is if d is being multiplied by 3.14 right now, there are 3.14 of these d's, then in order to undo that, we would have to divide by 3.14. So we do that on both sides, so we keep the equation equal. And this number looks like it's twice of 3.14 anyways. This digit's twice, this digit's twice, this digit's twice. It's just 10 less. So I think that's going to give us, should give us 20 on the left side. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of what I had said on Monday. If you go around and you just measure circles, perfect circles, different sizes, and you find the two measurements you can really take on them, like the distance across it and the distance around it, if you take that fraction, the circumference divided by the diameter, we should get the same value every time. So we'll just go through and confirm that real quick. So for this first one, I have that I'm going to take my circumference of 12.567 and I'm going to divide it by 4. And I get 3.14, 175. It says write each answer as a single decimal, do not round. Okay, 3.14175. Next one, they're giving me 47.121 units divided by a diameter of 15. And we're going to get 3.1414. So what they're showing here is a situation where somebody has kind of like made measurements, but it says each circle has been approximately measured. So it's not like a perfect 100% accurate measurement. It's just as good as whatever the ruler, the measuring tape as precise as that thing and as precise as the person reading it is. You get certain numbers when you take measurements, and if you divide those, you'll find that you'll get really close to 3.1415, like the actual value of pi. You may not get it perfectly if you don't measure things perfectly, but if you do your circumference divided by your diameter, you should always get really close to pi. If you're measuring perfectly, you will get pi. So write a formula that relates these two. The circumference is, well, if we took this equation, multiply both sides by d, we have diameter times pi. Okay, so that is it for the first homework. So pretty straightforward stuff there with geometry of circles. It's just that we want to make sure that everybody is 100% confident and established on using these two values together and understanding what the definition of pi is. What is that 3.14 number? It's how much bigger the circumference is than the diameter. So therefore, it's what you get when you divide the circumference by the diameter. Okay. Sorry, 1 second.